After the release of Yakuza 6, Ryuga Studios was working on a new project called, Project Judge, which was announced on September 18th, 2018, and then it was released on December 13th, 2018 in Japan on the PS4 with 240,000 copies sold so far. However, on March 13th, 2019, 3 months after the game's launch, Sega halted all sales of the game after one of their actors were arrested for details I will not talk about. It will be re-released on July 18th this year in Japan, but right now it's already on our shelves. But will the evidence persuade you to take the case? Welcome to the HUD everyone, I'm Zacharoni, and today I'll be a waiter who will be going through some of the features the game has to offer. So without further ado, please be seated, and here are the toppings on Judgment. Kamurocho, a perfect place for a night out with your buddies in Japan, with its bright lighting and arcade cabinet. Just as long as you stay away from the Yakuza family, the Tojo clan. They pretty much run this entire town with their persuasive business. But luckily, there is a detective agency that can keep this city safe from delusionals, run by Takayuki Yagami, who was originally a well-known lawyer in Japan, clearing the names of any witness who was accused of something he or she didn't do. However, that all came to an end when his last witness cost him his reputation as a lawyer, resulting him to become a freelance detective who knows martial arts when he's in a tough situation. And he's got a partner, Kaito, a former member of the Tojo clan who knows a lot more about persuasion than detective work. Oh, and he does have a first name, but I couldn't pronounce it right really. So, sorry about that. Anyway, now it's 3 years later, and he got himself wrapped up in a case involving 3 Yakuza members who had been murdered and had their eyes removed from them, which are probably delivered to China by now. And as you keep going with the story, you fill up the case files where you can look up characters you met, the evidence you found, and more details about your investigation on the killer, which Yagami named him the Mole. Though admittedly, he should have named him the Cataract Surgeon really. Now before we start, since this game takes place in the Yakuza universe, I haven't played any Yakuza games before, so I can't say if there's anything new to the series or not, but fans who played them will recognize what's new and what's not. So are we good? Good. Okay, let's move on. Judgment is an action beat-em-up set in an on-foot open-world Tokyo city with RPG-style leveling up mixed with detective work. In the prologue, you start off learning how to fight, and then you are given a mission on how to stalk a suspect, and then a chase sequence where you must keep up with him without bumping into too much stuff. Then the game presents itself in chapters where you are given an objective that is highlighted in red, and once you reach it, you are presented with scenarios like finding clues in first person, controlling a drone to take pictures, talking to certain characters, and also cracking a few skulls to continue with the story. However, there are some moments where you need to choose how to proceed a certain scenario, so you can either go into a building and beat every goon in your path, or you can disguise yourself to sneak past them, saving you energy against the boss of the group. Besides from the main case, there are also side cases that follow different stories from the main game, which involve stalking a suspect that might be cheating on his wife, or luring a thief out with... Actually, I'll let you all see that, if you think about picking the game up of course. But they are only available if you have a good reputation with people that are highlighted with this symbol, and as you do things for them, like buying food from them or doing favors for them, their symbols will change color, indicating that you made friends with them, and increasing your reputation in the city. Finally, there are side activities to do in the city, like playing darts, swinging the bat in a home run course, play poker and blackjack for chips to get special items, and play some of the arcade games based on Sega's properties, like Punya Punya, Virtua Fighter 5, The Final Challenger, and a House of the Dead parody called Cameo of the Dead, which can be played with a friend locally as well. From the bright streetlights to the crowd of people that populate the city, the game presents itself with realistic graphics that run at 30 frames per second, powered by the Dragon engine, the same engine that was used in the Yakuza series. The soundtrack is composed by, and I'm hoping I pronounce them clearly, Hidenori Shoji, Yuri Fukuda, and Sori Yoshida, that features a mix of rock and jazz when you are fighting, and it goes silent, beside from the crowd of people after you are done, when you are exploring the city. For the first time since the first Yakuza game, Judgment has an English voice cast option to change to, which featured Grid Chun at Yagami, I'm only saying their last names because it sounds easier, Crispin Freeman at Kaito, Fred DiTaccia at Hamura, Brian McNamara at Gendar, Jeremy Liu at Fuji, Matt Yang King at Yayabi, and Matthew Mercer as Kuroya. As for options, you can alter the volumes for headphones and controllers, if you are using them, set your smartphone to vibrate instead of ringing, set the speakers from stereo to surround, which by the way, you can set the front and back angles, change the movement speed of the camera, don't show the minimap, change the blood level from normal to mid, adjust the brightness level, and turn subtitles on and off and display them instant or letter by letter. That comes in English, German, Spanish, French, and Italian. While you'll be spending your time exploring the city, searching for clues, and playing some of Sega's classics, others will have you stalking a suspect without him or her seeing you. But if the suspects start checking if somebody's following him or her, then you need to take cover before the meter at the top is full. And if you lose sight of the target, then a countdown clock will start and it's game over if it reaches 0. Then there are chase sequences where you need to keep up with the suspect without bumping into too much stuff, or he or she will get away. And there are also quicktime events where you need to press a button in order to prevent damage to yourself. However, most of the time you'll be fighting random thugs and Yakuza members in the story or on the street. But don't take too long to finish them off, otherwise you'll be arrested. Yagami had 2 types of attacks that he can chain together. A quick but weak attack that can hit one enemy, and another for a slow but strong attack that can hit multiple enemies. Plus, he can grab an enemy and pulverize them with any attacks, and he can pick up any object and use it as a weapon. Yagami can sprint, but you don't have to hold down a button. Instead, you just press it, and then you move the analog stick in any direction, and then he starts running. But if you run at a wall, then you can press an attack button to do a dive attack on an enemy. Holding down L1 allows him to block attacks, but he can take chip damage depending on how strong it is. And holding down R1 allows him to lock onto an enemy, and while locking on, he can strafe and evade attacks. Next, he has 2 combat styles that he can switch in battle, each with their own different effect. The crane style is good against a group of enemies, while the tiger is effective against a single opponent, especially comes in handy against bosses. As you keep attacking enemies, you fill up your EX gauge, which is displayed as a hexagon with 6 bars on the top left corner, right next to the health bar. And once a bar is full, then you can do an instant finish whether you are holding an item or an enemy is on the ground, or activating EX boot that will increase your attack speed and become immune to attacks for a few seconds. You can refill your health with food and drink from restaurants and supermarkets. However, some enemies will have a deadly attack indicated by the orange aura around them that can only be refilled by visiting a doctor or using a health kit. Plus, you can sort out your inventory and place 3 kinds of healing items assigned to the D-pad. Whatever you do in the game, you earn XP that can be used to purchase skills with the skill app that comes in 3 categories. Abilities are used to increase your health and attack power, special improved lockpicking and stealth, and battle give you new fighting abilities, but some can only be available if you find posters around town and scan the QR code with your phone. Plus, you get bonus SP for saying the right dialogue during conversations, and for finding cats while looking for clues. I mean, who doesn't love taking pictures of cats? Huh? Judgment will cost you £49.99 at retail and digitally. That requires 31GB of storage, and it comes with 47 trophies, which include a platinum as well. As for DLC, you can get the play passes times 10 that will give you 10 play passes to use in the VR Paradise Dyson Club minigame for 79p. The Detective Life Fun Pack will give you 5 figurines for your desk and 18 new filters for the camera app for £6.49. The PlaySpot Fun Pack will give you 4 drone frames and also 10 play passes for £6.49. And the Landlady's Gift Basket will give you 5 food items that you can download for free. Well, that's some of the features that I can tell you right now, but if there are some that I have missed, let me know in the comments, and I hope this will give you an idea of what you'll be getting for your money. Check back with me later, and I'll tell you what I think of Judgment in a second helpings video, and if you like what you see, be sure to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. But until then, I'm Zacharoni. Enjoy your pizza, and I'll see you next time.